Back in 2023, a weird experiment happened. Two groups of human subjects were placed inside a hyperbaric chamber and starved of oxygen. One group, though, took Chonluten, a Khavinson bioregulator known for its lung benefits. The other group took absolutely nothing. Then the pressure inside the chamber progressively dropped until it was the same as being 15,000 feet above sea level, the equivalent of trying to breathe on top of a mountain. As they stayed in the chamber, their bodies began to biologically deteriorate. Their heart rate climbed. Their minds became foggy. Their bodies even entered the fight or flight response as their anxiety levels and cortisol spiked. Every alarm system in their body was screaming for oxygen. And yet, when looking at the data for the group that actually took Chonluten, the exact opposite happened. They experienced the same pressure drop as the control group, the same reduction in oxygen, yet their anxiety levels actually dropped by 13%. Their heart rate elevation dropped by 20 to 30% compared to the control group. Even their physical work capacity improved. Their heart rate recovery, how quickly they returned to baseline, was also far faster than the control group. They were calmer, sharper, and biologically they were performing at a higher level. Inside a chamber that was specifically designed to push them towards physiological collapse. And even more amazingly, in this video, we're going to show you how Chonluten not only benefits the lungs, but it even has the power to enhance your mood, improve your gut health, and even be a natural painkiller without the risk of addiction.
Before we go any further, this video is part of the first full playlist ever made about 44 of Khavinson's hidden bioregulators. I've read thousands of scientific papers and over 50 years worth of research, most of it buried in obscure Russian journals the Western world never translated. Even billionaire-funded longevity labs are only just now finding out the breakthroughs that Khavinson proved decades ago. At the Peptide Science Institute, we're bringing Khavinson's research to the West and showing the world the incredible transformations bioregulators, bioaugmenters, and our precision cell method can create. If you know anyone who would be interested in the power of these hidden bioregulators, share this playlist with them. Spread the magic, move the world. And as a thank you, we'll send you the magic of Khavinson's hidden bioregulators for free. Link in the description. Now, Chonluten is officially classified as a tripeptide lung bioregulator, 3 amino acids, derived from bronchial tissue. And that classification is accurate. It is also radically incomplete. Because what the altitude study is revealing is not just improved respiratory efficiency under hypoxic stress. It is evidence of a systemic neurochemical effect that no one expected from a lung-derived peptide. Specifically, Chonluten has been shown to simultaneously increase noradrenaline, dopamine, serotonin, and histamine in the brain, while reducing those same neurotransmitters in the peripheral body. At the same time, the same compound, the body calms, and I believe this is occurring through modulation of the AADC enzyme, which is what controls how neurotransmitter precursors are converted into active molecules across different compartments of the nervous system. There is more. Chonluten also improves respiratory function, including lung capacity and expiratory force in a human clinical trial of chronic bronchitis. And it inhibits enkephalinase, which is the enzyme whose only job it is to break down your body's own endogenous opioids, the enkephalins, your natural pain relief, your natural mood elevation. If you block the enzyme that destroys them, they accumulate. Not through dependency, not through tolerance, through preservation of what your body was already producing. In the gut, Chonluten was tested head-to-head against clarithromycin, a targeted antibiotic, in a gastric ulcer model driven by H. pylori infection. Full epithelial healing was achieved by day 21 in the Chonluten group, with superior histological restoration of the stomach lining compared to the antibiotic alone. A lung peptide, outperforming a stomach-targeted drug, in the stomach. And at the cellular level, in cultures of aged human bronchial cells, the P16 senescence marker, which is one of the most established indicators of cellular aging and apoptosis, was elevated 5.4 times above youthful baseline. Chonluten reduced it by 3 times, bringing those aging cells measurably back towards a youthful state. Not metaphorically, but structurally, in the cells themselves. Now, here's where most people get things completely wrong. They see results like this, and they assume that Chonluten is a fix for any and all lung issues, but it's not. This is the precision cell method in action. Because what this method is built on is very simple. You don't just match a compound to a tissue, you match the intervention to the cause of dysfunction, and also to repair from that dysfunction. Chonluten is extremely good at restoring function at the level of the bronchial tissue. It improves cellular signaling. It improves stress response. It helps normalize aging markers. It even has systemic effects through the nervous system. But none of that removes the thing that caused the damage in the first place. If someone is breathing in mycotoxins every day from chronic mold exposure, Chonluten doesn't neutralize the exposure. If someone has structural fibrosis from years of smoking or chronic inflammation, Chonluten doesn't magically reverse dense scar tissue on its own. If the issue is being driven by autoimmune activity, then the immune system is still actively creating damage in parallel. And if the issue is also related to asthma, for instance, which is driven by the immune system, then Chonluten is not going to be able to magically repair the immune system in such a way that the asthmatic symptoms completely reverse. So what happens here if you use Chonluten in these cases? Well, you'll get partial improvement. You may get better function, better resilience, but not full resolution. And this is where people plateau and think the peptide stopped working, or it's not good enough. But it didn't stop working, and it is good. It's just that they never addressed the upstream drivers simultaneously, in tandem, with trying to repair the lungs themselves. The precision cell method forces you to look at this correctly. Remove the cause, restore the tissue. Because if the environment stays toxic, or the signaling driving the damage stays active, you're trying to regenerate into ongoing injury. And no compound, peptide or otherwise, overrides that long term. That's why Chonluten works so well in the altitude model. Because the stressor is controlled, there's temporary hypoxia and no chronic toxin, no fibrosis, no ongoing structural damage. So the peptide can fully express its effect. And if you translate that into the real world, you now understand where it fits. Now it's important for you to understand how to take Chonluten as well, as the dosing is not the same as with others. Clinically, Chonluten has two main dosing protocols. The first being with the capsules, at 3 capsules 3 times per day. This is how it was dosed in the model of bronchitis component of lung issues. The second is from the high-altitude simulation study, in which it has been dosed upwards of 10 milligrams through the intranasal route of administration. And if you'd like to learn more about Chonluten, you can get our book, Peptide Salvation. The link is in the description. This has been Brandon Henry, one of the founders of the Peptide Science Institute, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.